For decades, the CIA claimed it never experimented on the human mind, but in 1975, explosive documents revealed the truth. They did. And what those files described was darker than anyone imagined. Today, we expose the secret program known as MKUltra and the experiments they never wanted the world to see. MKUltra began in the early 1950s, right in the heart of the Cold War. The CIA was consumed by the fear that enemy nations, particularly the Soviet Union, were developing sophisticated mind control technologies. They imagined brainwashed spies and prisoners of war turned into enemy agents. Terrified of falling behind in this invisible arms race, they decided to fight fire with fire. They launched their own top-secret project, a clandestine mission with a chilling objective: to find a way to control human thoughts, erase memories, and even create programmed agents who could be activated on command. The search for the ultimate weapon wasn't for a bomb, but for control over the human mind itself. This was the birth of MKUltra. The program operated in the deepest shadows, with a virtually unlimited budget and zero oversight. Its scientists were given a green light to explore any method, no matter how unethical or dangerous, to achieve their goals. They believed the future of national security depended on it, and they were willing to cross any line to get there. The experiments conducted under MKUltra were intense, horrifying, and often illegal. The CIA targeted a wide range of individuals, many of whom were unwitting participants. These included prisoners, psychiatric patients, and even ordinary citizens who had no idea they were being used as human guinea pigs. The methods were brutal and designed to break down a person's psychological defenses. Test subjects were exposed to a terrifying cocktail of techniques. They were given powerful hallucinogenic drugs like LSD, subjected to hypnosis, and forced to endure extreme sleep deprivation. In some cases, they used electroshock therapy at levels far beyond therapeutic use, as well as prolonged sensory isolation, where subjects were locked in dark, soundproof rooms for days on end. This was combined with other forms of intense psychological torture. The goal was terrifyingly simple: to completely shatter the human mind, to break it down into its fundamental pieces, and then attempt to rebuild it from scratch, molding it into whatever the CIA desired. It was a dark quest to deconstruct a personality and engineer a new one. Among all the tools at their disposal, LSD quickly became the CIA's favorite. Under the banner of MKUltra, the agency became one of the largest purchasers and distributors of the powerful hallucinogen. They were fascinated by its ability to alter perception and break down psychological barriers. Agents conducted thousands of experiments, often with a shocking lack of scientific rigor or ethical concern. They slipped LSD into the drinks of their own colleagues, military personnel, and random civilians at parties, bars, and workplaces, all without consent or warning. They called these field tests. The objective was to observe how people reacted under the influence of the drug in real-world settings. They wanted to know if LSD could be used as a truth serum during interrogations, if it could make someone susceptible to suggestion, or if it could be used to control their behavior or even erase their memories entirely. These reckless experiments left a trail of psychological damage, terrorizing unsuspecting individuals for the sake of intelligence gathering. One of the darkest and most well-documented stories to emerge from MKUltra is the tragic case of Frank Olson. Olson was a U.S. Army biochemist and biological warfare expert who worked on CIA projects. In November 1953, during a CIA retreat, he was unknowingly dosed with LSD in his after-dinner drink. His colleagues wanted to observe the effects of the drug on an unsuspecting subject. In the days that followed, Olson became severely paranoid and disturbed. 9 days later, he fell to his death from a 13-story hotel room window in New York City. The official report at the time ruled his death a suicide, a tragic consequence of a mental breakdown. For decades, his family believed this story. However, years later, when details of MKUltra came to light, the truth began to look far more sinister. A second autopsy revealed evidence inconsistent with the full, and many now believe Olson was murdered to prevent him from exposing the program's secrets. His death stands as a grim symbol of the human cost of these experiments. Beyond drugs, the CIA was deeply invested in hypnosis and memory programming. They harbored a belief, straight out of a spy thriller, that they could create super agents. These would be individuals programmed through deep hypnosis to carry out specific tasks without any memory of doing so. The idea was to create a sleeper agent who could be triggered by a specific word or phrase, complete a mission like assassination or espionage, and then have the memory of that event completely wiped from their mind. They also explored the possibility of implanting false memories, making people believe they had experienced events that never actually happened. While the full extent of their success remains classified, some victims who were unknowingly part of these experiments later reported bizarre and fragmented memories that felt incredibly real but made no logical sense in the context of their lives. The CIA was attempting to turn the human brain into a programmable computer, a living weapon with no conscience and no recollection. In 1973, as the Watergate scandal rocked the nation and government secrets were being brought into the light, the CIA director at the time, Richard Helms, feared that MKUltra was about to be exposed. In a panic, he ordered all files related to the program to be destroyed. The vast majority of the record's decades of research, experiment logs, and victim reports were shredded and burned, seemingly erased from history forever. However, a crucial mistake was made. A few boxes of documents, misfiled among financial records, survived the purge. They were discovered by accident in a retired records storage room. These surviving files, though incomplete, provided the undeniable proof that the program existed. They confirmed the horrific methods used, the involvement of universities and hospitals, and the staggering scope of the experiments. In 1975, these documents were made public, triggering a congressional investigation and exposing one of the darkest secrets the U.S. government had ever kept. The public exposure of MKUltra in the 1970s led to widespread outrage and official government inquiries, which condemned the program's activities. The CIA claimed that these types of experiments were terminated. But even today, major questions remain unanswered. Were all the sub-projects under the MKUltra umbrella truly shut down? Or did they simply go deeper underground, under new names and with even more secrecy? Are some modern interrogation techniques or psychological operations based on the research from those early, unethical experiments? And why did the CIA go to such extreme lengths to hide the truth for so long? Many researchers and insiders believe the core research never really ended, it simply evolved. Instead of crude methods like LSD and electroshock, the focus may have shifted to more advanced technologies, like neuro-linguistic programming, bioimplants, and sophisticated digital surveillance. The quest for mind control may have just entered a new, more technological phase. MKUltra remains one of the darkest and most disturbing chapters in American history. It serves as a chilling reminder of how power, secrecy, and fear can push governments to unimaginable extremes, trampling over ethics and human rights in the name of national security. The program's legacy is a warning about the dangers of unchecked authority. For more hidden files and secret projects, subscribe to Unknown Secrets. The truth is out there, waiting to be uncovered.